Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. B.M.B. Podcast Nation. Welcome to another B.M.B. podcast, episode number 25. Like one of my favorite former basketball players for the Lakers, Mr. Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones, who had to change his number, fun fact, to number 6 because Laker legend Gail Goodrich got his number retired, which was 25. So Eddie Jones could not wear number 25 anymore.
So if you retire it, you can ask to wear it though, right?
Yes, that has happened in sports many times where they would ask whoever had their jersey retired, can I want to wear your number like in honor of you, and most of them say yeah, so I don't know. I mean, it'll be a trip. Like for me, being a big Cowboy fan, like Emmitt Smith.
Somebody wearing 22.
22. I would feel some type of way.
They'd have to be pushing some numbers though, man.
Yeah,
to even be able to wear that.
I don't know because I think of 22 for the Cowboy. I think of Emmitt. I can't picture nobody else wearing that number.
You can't just come in and be like, "Hey, can I get 22?" Nah, you got to be like, "Woo."
Yeah, you remember that Mad TV skit? Hey, Ma, let me get your number.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me get your number.
He's in the movie theaters. I can't get your number. Oh, that's funny. Somebody just sent me that video a little while ago, and I haven't seen that video in such a long time, and that was so funny.
That shit was comedy, man. I miss Mad TV.
Yeah, they were a good little, just like a nice little thing to have besides just, what do they call that?
Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, Living Color needs to come back.
Oh, man, I wish. That cast, man.
Yeah, that cast was phenomenal.
So many great comedians on that cast.
I don't even know if it has it anywhere streaming.
I'm
pretty sure it's got it somewhere.
I don't know. I think
I'd love to go back and watch those.
I'm not sure BT has them.
I went back and showed Laura all the Jamie Foxx when he was
the show. Oh, Jamie Foxx in Living Color.
Yeah, when he's the girl. When he's
Wanda.
Yeah.
My god.
I went back and showed Laura those, and she was dying. She'd never seen them,
Yeah.
So she was laughing. Because we kind of both really, really like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
We think he's just so talented. And then, so I was told, I was like, you ever see him on that Saturday Night or Living Color? She's like, no, I didn't even ever really watch Living Color. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was the show.
That one I want to go back, and Martin. Martin's
my all-time favorite TV show ever.
Yeah, and the same thing there. I went back and showed her all the Tracy Morgan ones.
Oh, with
Bro Man the Fifth?
No, that's Brother Man, but no, Tracy Morgan had the saxophone.
That's right. He'd always be trying to sell something, right?
Yeah, sell something. Yeah, Hustle Man. That's what they call it, Hustle Man. Yeah. Yeah, I can watch Martin anytime. If I see, mostly they rerun it on, I don't know if it's BT or is it TV One. Either one of those black stations, as you call them. I can watch a Martin anytime. That's my show.
That's another one too. I'm waiting for them to put it on streaming or somewhere. I think Martin, they've been holding out for a little bit to get paid on that one.
I know, but there was some talk that they were coming back.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I seen something about that.
It might, because I saw a thing with Martin and Tashina Arnold, who played Pam, and then Gina Tisha Campbell, and I know there was a fallout between Martin and Tisha. That's why the show ended. So, but they're all good now.
Is Tahisha is that his wife or the girl, the friend?
Tisha Campbell was his wife.
Oh, that's
in the show.
That's unfortunate.
In the show, but no, that was
I
years
know
ago.
that.
Yeah. I was kind of sad. When it ended, I was like, oh hell no.
Hell yeah.
I was like, what am I gonna watch? But did you ever watch the Jamie Foxx show though?
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, no, Jamie Foxx show was great too.
That girl was fine. I don't know who that girl was.
Gabrielle Bouvier or
whatever
something
her
like
name
that.
is.
Yeah, she's been on. Yeah, she's like guest starred on a lot of shows before she got that role. Like I remember her on Fresh Prince and some other shows.
Yeah, because I didn't see her anywhere else after that I could recall.
Oh, okay. No, she's like a model. She was like a model and then turned actress.
Who else was his co-star in that, or who else was?
Well, actually, you remember Stan from Martin, his boss at the radio station?
Yeah,
Well, he was his uncle,
I
Jamie Foxx's
remember
uncle.
that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was Jamie Foxx's uncle.
Okay, I remember that now. It's kind of coming to me now.
Yeah, he had
Stan, that guy was funny.
yeah, Stan was yeah. Damn that show.
I hope it comes back.
No, I hope so too. No, I hope so too. You know what's funny? Because you know how Roseanne got in that thing where she got kicked off the show. It's funny because I barely just saw a promo for the Connors.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize they changed it to the Connors.
Oh, instead of Roseanne.
Yeah.
People say it's better without her.
Is it?
I'd seen, me and Laura watched the first episode, and it was all right. It wasn't like what we remember. She was just trying to push the bar a little bit on some political stuff, and I don't mind that, but that's not exactly what I was trying to do when I was watching that show, you know. But other than that, we enjoyed it. We didn't really finish a lot of them. I think we got like 1.5 in, and then just for whatever reason, just stopped watching it. But a lot of people I've been hearing say it's better without her.
Oh, okay. No, I never really. I haven't watched any of the new ones. I used to watch the old ones way back in the day, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, but no, I haven't. That's like what if Step by Step came back?
Oh yeah.
And Wonder Years and
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny you talk about that. I just watched on Netflix. They have generational things like the '90s, the '80s.
oh, okay.
And me and Laura watched one of the '80s, and the first thing was like television. And so it went through all the shows, and it was just doing all the Wonder Years, and it was doing all these shows. There was a lot of them I didn't know, but because it was from the '80s.
Yeah.
But and then right after that, I watched a little bit of the '90s, but we got kind of bored. But I guess it does. I'm kind of curious of it because I think it does like movies, and then it'll do like political stuff, and then it might do music, and it just kind of goes through the different genres or the different I don't know, categories of those years, and it's like all nostalgia.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I have to go back to that. You know what's funny? I remember. I don't know if this ever happened to you. When I was a kid and I was watching Wonder Years, I remember in the living room, I was laying on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And like my body it felt like I was paralyzed. I couldn't move.
Okay.
And I remember some people say, "Oh, that's the spirits," or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know if it's the spirits or not, but it used to freak me the hell out. Where I had to force my mind to force my body to break out of that because I couldn't move.
Huh.
It was weird. It only happened when I was a kid. It doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
But it used to as when I was a kid.
That's weird. I don't know if I could recall anything like that.
No, yeah, I don't know. Somebody said, "Oh, that's the spirits holding you down." I don't know, some mumbo jumbo.
Hey, but somebody had something that they called it though.
Yeah, I don't know. It used to freak me out because I'd be like, I can't move. I felt like I was paralyzed.
Fuck that shit scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I gotta move, and then I'll snap out of it. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, it was weird, very weird. But yeah, man, you know, Thanksgiving passed.
Yep.
How was your Thanksgiving, man?
It was good. We kind of laid low. I was supposed to spend it with my father, but that didn't end up going that way. So I ended up going to the Manos side of my family. Oh, but actually, before Thanksgiving, we had Laura's family over to our house, just her immediate family, and then we had some house guests.
Oh, okay.
Our El Chapo was still in the house, so we
El Chapo.
El Chapo, man, and he doesn't. They're in Mexico they don't exactly celebrate. Yeah, celebrate Thanksgiving. So they came over, or we had them over. So we just invited Laura's parents over. We just got to the new place. They haven't seen our house and everything, so we invited them over. We had Thanksgiving there. Lalo came back from the fire, so that was nice seeing him.
Yeah, like his stash got bigger.
Yeah, the stash is getting bigger, man. It's almost becoming its own thing now. But that was good seeing him. Then from there, we went to just the next day, we went over to my aunt's house, and we just had Thanksgiving over there, which was nice. A couple of the Manos came down, got together, and we haven't got together in a while, so that was really good. We had a really good time. We hung out there probably until around like 11 or 11 something. We just kind of sat around. Natalie came down.
Okay.
Jasmine, her girlfriend, came down, so we were drinking with them. Then a couple of the youngsters just kind of stuck around, and then AJ and Chantal, we haven't seen them in ages, so it was really nice catching up with them.
Yeah.
They're getting married and stuff, so we were giving them advice about their wedding and stuff like that. So we were just talking to them for a while. We had a blast, man. It was a really, really good time. And then the next day, we ended up having Cousinsgiving. We've kind of done this every now and then. We'll invite a couple of Laura's cousins down.
Yeah.
And we'll have Cousinsgiving. It wasn't that big of a thing this time because it was kind of short notice. Laura's running on 3 days straight of like cooking food. So she's like kind of like, yeah. She's kind of like, but she pulled it off, man, like a champ. And all her food that she cooked was great, man. So they did Thanksgiving, kind of had like a little potluck, the last one. That was kind of nice. We had a couple of her cousins over and just showed the house off and stuff like that. So that was nice.
So when's their cooking show coming out?
I know, right? It's funny. My old lady, man, she's Hispanic, but she be cooking Italian food all the time.
Got to get that fettuccine
Mm-hmm.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, when we were in Tuscany, man, they made this pasta from like scratch, and it wasn't like the noodles weren't exactly from scratch, but the way they did all the pasta sauce and the way they cook it right in front of you.
Yeah,
I've never had pasta like that in my life. Laura, luckily, me and Laura, I think we recorded the whole thing, so one of these days we're going to try to reenact it. But they told us the key thing was get the right olive oil. Don't get the cheap stuff. Spend the money, and then if you can find somebody that actually makes it and does all that stuff, like that's where it all starts. It all starts with the olive oil. And they were an olive oil farm when they were selling olive oil. We should have bought some olive oil. Yeah, right. Anyways, that was about the pasta. But how about you? How was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was cool. For me, Thanksgiving, I was at my pops, but
did he get down?
Of course he did.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get there early. When I got there, he was still cooking.
What did he make?
We had so what he did is my dad. I love this guy to death, but he gets up so early to make food.
What's your dad's name?
JD.
JD.
Yeah. So which is weird. Yeah, JD would know it's nothing.
Yeah, I think I remember last time I asked you that too, and you told me the same thing. I'm like, what does it stand for? You're like, it's nothing, it's JD.
He says it's no abbreviation, it's just JD. I'm like, I call bullshit. But
he's in the witness protection program.
I call bullshit. But I want to get there early because I know at 9:30 in the morning the first football game comes on, and that's usually like our thing. We eat dinner and we always watch football, especially because we're Cowboy lovers. Cowboys always play Thanksgiving. So it's like a tradition that we always, eat and watch the Cowboy game or whatever. So I got there early and watched the game and was chilling. And like my dad, I asked him for help. And he never says no. Yeah, he never asks me. He never wants my help for anything, really. When it comes to cooking.
Yeah.
I'm like, you need help anything? No, I'm good. I got it. So, I was just there chilling, then ate a little later, watched football. Probably because the Cowboy was the second game. Chilled there. One of my niece and nephew was there too. So saw them, and then I went to my sister's house afterwards, just for like a little bit, just to see what they were doing for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty boring over there, so I was like, I'm out. I'm out, sis. Ain't nothing going on over here. She was still baking pies and shit till I was like 5:30. Like, you still making pies?
Oh, that's funny.
5:30 at night, so I just went home. So. Yeah, I went home. It was like, because I had to go to work the next day, so I was like, let me just get home and try to unwind because I know I have to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But what did your dad make?
Oh, so what he did, sorry, I got off track there. So he said he started making it, I don't know, early in the morning, like 2:30, 3 in the morning, he'll barbecue. So he put the turkey and the ham on the grill.
Okay.
He did that. He did buy a fryer. I think next time we're going to do fried turkey because he bought the oil that he needed. I think it was the peanut oil.
Yeah, it's something with like a high temp and not like it doesn't like boil over like crazy.
So he bought that. He said, I know he has the fryer, but he didn't do it this time. But he said he's going to do it next time he's gonna fry the turkey. Maybe he'll do it for, well if he wants. If he feels like cooking for Christmas, he might do it then, but I doubt it. So probably next year sometime.
Okay.
So he did that ham, turkey, mac and cheese, yams, stuffing, and his green beans, man. I swear, he does fresh green beans, and then he chops up potatoes in there,
Ooh,
and then with bacon.
nice.
And he does it a certain way. And he was explaining to me, I gotta learn how he does it because that shit was bomb. That shit had so much flavor to it.
That's so good. I love me some good string beans. They know what they're doing with them.
Yeah.
My sister made a little string bean casserole, and that thing was fire.
Yeah. So and then what else he had? Oh, then he made some greens too.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
Pops be
Yeah.
getting down.
Oh yeah, always, man, always. So I brought the dessert though. I brought some pies. My sister was like, "You didn't make the pies?" I said, "When do you know me to be baking some pies?"
Yeah.
Like I'm Betty Crocker over here making some pies.
Who you think I am?
So I was like, "No, I bought them at the store." I'm all. If you wanted pies baked, I mean, you could have. I would have bought the stuff where you could have made them.
I could put this in the oven and I could say I baked it.
Yeah. So I picked up two because for holidays I always like pecan pie. That's like my favorite, and then sweet potato pie.
Okay.
So that was pretty much my Thanksgiving. Then that was that on that one, man. I wish I did. Well, I wanted to go with my sisters and chill longer, but like I said, nothing was popping over there. So I was,
Yeah, and plus you got to work in the morning.
yeah, work in the morning. People were already sleeping. I was like, what the hell, where everybody at?
Where everybody go?
Such and such is sleep. Such and such is gone with their friends, and I'm like, what the hell? All right, I'm out. Out of there.
Yeah, we kind of started a different tradition. I think we're gonna start keeping up this year. Is we normally I cook like my ham, or not my ham. I usually do like my pork butt, but for some reason we didn't end up cooking it that night. I think we just didn't have the time by the time I got off of work or whatnot. So we're right here by Joey's Barbecue, so we bought ribs. And so I think that's going to be our new thing. We just get, I'm going to try to make ribs next time, but I think ribs are going to be our thing for Thanksgiving that we do.
Okay, I thank you for saying that because we have a segue on that right now.
Oh, nice.
What I wanted to tell you this Saturday,
Uh-huh.
I told my dad the other day. I said, Dad, I need to see how you barbecue so I can pick up what you do. So it's this Saturday. I am going to get some lessons from Pops on how he marinates all his meat and how he barbecues and all that stuff. So we're going to do ribs. We're going to do chicken. We're going to do hot links. We're going to do Polish sausage. And then we're going to do some wings.
Damn.
So
I'm going to tell you something what you need to do, because if you do that, and for one thing, especially like if your dad is a bomb cook, and this goes for kind of anything, not just for cooking, but anything that you're learning from somebody, if record it if you can. And not only
that's what I thought.
Yeah, and not only because like you're not going to remember, but it's also something that could be like really cool to pass down to anybody, Yeah. And that's just awesome, especially when like the craft of somebody that's been doing this for who knows how many years you possibly been fucking barbecuing, and I've heard he's fucking pretty bomb at it. So like, and just to have that there, and then you could always go back to it, because that's hard, like to like try to, because that's a lot of stuff your pop's about to bestow on you right now, man.
I know he is.
Woo! That's like he's about to pass a baton. I'm like, damn. So I'm like, you need to record that so I can try to steal something from your dad. I'm like, I got a GoPro. I will give it to you.
He's like, GoPro. He's like, what the hell is that thing on your head?
He's like, what you do? You ain't gonna be doing this. You gonna be recording me.
Yeah, it's funny, but I can't wait, man. It's time. I should have learned a long time ago, honestly.
Yeah.
When it comes to cooking with me, I don't know what it is. I love to eat, but I don't like to make it.
See, that's something that I think just came when, I don't know when I started really liking to cook. I think when I just started cooking, to tell you the truth, then I started to really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Laura needs to start paying attention to a lot of her mom. She always says, she's like, I got to learn this stuff. Because her mom's just cooks stuff out of scratch. She just makes all her sauces out of nowhere. She's not buying anything. And then she's really like health conscious. Oh, okay. She doesn't really do like, because they're both not the most mobile people, so they can't just be
Yeah.
taking like 0 calories in because they with their disabilities they can't just move all the time. So
Yeah.
she does a lot of stuff where she's like cooking from straight like she does instead of like using a lot of oil, she'll like mince tomatoes and
Yeah.
use and cook into all that sauces that are in there. She does some crazy stuff, man.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's one of the things like Laura's always says too. She's like, I want to learn like from my mom and stuff like that. And then she has her grandmother that taught her mom, and her mom is saying like, I wish I learned all this stuff from my grandma that I didn't learn.
Yeah.
Like there's like this legendary menudo that her grandma does. It's like legendary. Like her mom's like I think her mom passed away. Maybe her grandmother passed away. Maybe about 10, maybe even like 15 years ago, but they still have frozen menudo from her grandmother in the refrigerator or in the freezer that they have just frozen. I don't think they
use it.
I don't think so. I think her mom's just. I told Laura, I'm like, we just need to break off a chunk of that, and like send it to like a lab, and let's find out what the hell's inside of it, if anything. Is there like 23andMe for like fucking food or something?
23andMe for food. That'll be something, huh?
Hell yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah, definitely at least try to record or take notes, B, because that's really cool, man.
Yeah, it's like my grandma, my dad's mom. She don't really. She's not much of a cook. She never was that way. But my mom, my mom's mom, my grandma. Oh my God, bless her soul. That woman could cook, and she would make some of the most delicious food, especially when it comes to desserts. Like I'm glad my aunt and my cousin picked up, or a lot of them, mostly my aunts, my mom's sisters picked up all her recipes, and they make it as good as her.
Oh hell yeah!
Because my favorite cake is a coconut cream cake that my grandma used to make, and that was my favorite as a little kid. She passed away when I was probably like 8.
Okay.
So my aunts, they got all her recipes, and they make it just like her, and I'm just like,
oh, that's awesome.
That's like I'm so glad they picked up those. They pay attention,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they pay attention. But like my dad, he didn't start really cooking until he was like 28. He said.
Okay, that's probably around the same.
Yeah, he moved from Texas, for the first time, and he moved to Detroit with some of his high school buddies.
Yeah.
And he was there for about 2 years. I think, about 2 years, he said. He didn't like it. It was too damn cold, he said.
Hell yeah. Well, especially coming from Texas, man.
Yeah. So, he was there for 2 years, but he learned how to start cooking when he moved out. He was on his own. So he started learning how to cook and all that stuff out there.
And I heard Detroit's got a good following for barbecue, too, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Detroit's not that bad, but like
Texas, of course.
Texas, of course, but Kansas City.
Oh, okay.
Kansas City, definitely big on barbecue. If you go to Kansas City, they have good barbecue there.
Yeah, me and Laura, we always like some good barbecue, but it depends on what type of place it is. Because a lot of these places, they do, like with ribs, they'll do ribs, and they come, like, everything's the sauces. And I don't really like that. I like it when it's inside the meat already. I don't mind you having a complimentary sauce that goes along with it, but I like it when it's already in the meat. Of course, you could have a cooked barbecue sauce on it. That's still bomb. But when it's like you got to dip it in, and you're like, ah, man. There's this place.
Oh, okay. I know. I get what you're saying now.
Oh yeah, when they it's sometimes you can cook it with the sauce and it's already on there. But then some of them, like, we go to some barbecue places and they're like, oh well, we have an array of different types of barbecue sauces. I'm like, well, like your stuff should already have it on there technically. Mm-hmm. But some places are like that. Like we went to we were in Copenhagen, but they did that, and all their meat didn't taste good by itself. Like if you just ate it by itself, like it wasn't good. And then even the barbecue sauces weren't even that good. I mean, I was just like, maybe I'm not in the United States and the barbecue's not good, but I mean, you could always tell a good barbecue place if they give you some white bread. If they give you some white bread.
My dad used to give us white bread.
Yeah. That's when you know it's a good barbecue place, when they give you white bread.
Yeah, he'd be like, you want some bread? I'd be like, sometimes I would take the white bread. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would give it to us. But like my dad makes, he's not the one that barbecues and slathers all the sauce on all the meat.
Yeah.
He'll barbecue it, and he used to make 2 different barbecue sauces. He'll make a mild one, and then he'll make a super hot one. 'Cause my dad likes hot.
But he's making them though, right?
He'll I don't know what he does. He'll mix in something
Yeah,
to make
yeah,
it
yeah.
He'll
Doctor it
or
up.
hot. Yeah, that's what he does. And he'll make some mild one, but hopefully I can learn that too.
Hell yeah.
So
it's all about molasses. When you're cooking barbecue sauce, it's all about molasses. But you got to know what you're doing though if you're going to try to go from zero to barbecue sauce. But I'm pretty sure he just doctors it up.
yeah, probably.
But who knows, man? If he does it from scratch, man, I want to know. Because I'd love doing that type of stuff too. Is making stuff like that from scratch. Like I tried to do a michelada one, and that didn't come out too well.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Oh, you mean a michelada sauce from scratch?
Yeah, I tried to make a michelada sauce from scratch, and that shit didn't come out too well. I was like, damn.
You never know. Yeah, I took my. I remember I went to a barbecue place with Brian and Cecilia.
Yeah, they're in Norwalk.
No. This was in Mobile.
Okay.
It was called Haas when she came down to visit, and it was good. It was all right. It was cool. I mean, I kind of liked it. So where did I go? I took my dad to Best Buy because he wanted to buy a laptop. It's like a couple weeks ago, and so we went to Best Buy over there. And then I said, he's like, "You hungry? You want to go?" So I said, "Yeah, I'll take this barbecue spot," because I know my dad really doesn't go out and buy barbecue. But I was like, "You want to go eat there?" So he's like, "Yeah, we go." So we went and we tried some food, and he said it was okay, but I can tell it wasn't.
It wasn't up to his standards.
It wasn't his hand. I said, "You should be a judge on that one show that I have on TV." He's all, "Pitmaster?" He's like, "Yeah, I watched that show." Yeah, he's real picky when it comes to barbecue. Oh yeah, he's real. Yeah, he could be a judge. I swear.
Well, especially if it's something that you do, and you know well, and
yeah,
yeah, you're gonna be a judge. And then that's the one thing weird about barbecue. I used to watch a couple shows, and they used to talk about like how different it is across the states. And how, yeah, and it's nuts, man. Like I was like, just these people battle it out, and then they think it should be this way, and it's not made this way, and it, in the way it's supposed to be cooked, and all this stuff. And I was like, man, this is some serious stuff.
Yeah, like growing up, he used to barbecue every Sunday.
Yeah, see, I used
pretty
to do
much like every Sunday he would barbecue. Seems like it, yeah.
See, I was trying to get into the mode of doing that every Friday. And I probably need to. You know what, B? I haven't barbecued anything for a while. Not since the house guests we had over. We just cooked some carne asada and some chicken.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't done anything or tried to do anything from scratch. I got to. I have a pork butt in the fridge. I got to cook up. Mm-hmm. But I don't know why I haven't been cooking. I need to do it too myself.
Yeah, I was telling Brian, I was like, "Hey, I said, Mike don't have no more barbecues no more. We've been
over
barbecue forever.
We'll be doing it for sure, man. Trust me. Especially now, like I just found out by somebody. There's like a really, really good butcher out here in Chino somewhere. It's like legendary. My barber was telling me about it. I'm like, I know a spot right down the street that's a restaurant that they get down, and they do sell meat, I believe. But they said there's a really good one. I just got to ask him about a name or anything so I can go down there, because I used to cook a lot in the oven, and I want to get back on the grill. And then I got it open. I got a little bit of a spot I can I want to do some open fire cooking where it's like you're just cooking from the ground and you have the coals or your wood right there, and then you're hanging something somewhat and you're barbecuing. That's what I want to try to get into, because I used to do stuff with a Dutch oven where you just have the coals and you just put the food on the or you just put the coals, or you put the Dutch oven on the coals, and that's all you need is just the coals, and you don't know barbecue, no nothing. You just leave them all in there, cook it all up. And I used to make some good soup, man, with that. I got to do that again. I'm getting hungry, man. I haven't even eaten nothing.
Yeah, you got to eat, brother. Have you heard of the Traeger grills though?
They're
They're like the pellet ones.
You talking about the eggs?
No,
Look like an egg? No.
I think
What do
so.
you mean by pellet grills?
Like they're like wood fire pellet grills and smokers. They're called Traegers.
I'll have to look
They're
at
like
them.
real big now, real big.
Huh, I'll look them up.
Yeah, they're becoming real popular now.
Okay.
Yeah, they have some that have like Wi-Fi connected to it, and you
Yeah.
can play music.
Oh, are you just talking about like a smoker?
It's a yeah, it's like a smoker kind of. Yeah, Traeger.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think I might know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll have to look at it exactly, but yeah, I think I've seen those where you can cook it and the app will tell you when that shit's ready and all this crazy ass shit.
It's pretty pricey though.
Oh, okay.
Just like over $1,000 though.
Oh yeah, fuck that, man. Laura will kill me. I already buy enough gadgets as it is.
Tell you got it on sale.
Yeah.
It was 1500.
You try to get me. You try to get me in trouble.
I thought I said it was 1,500. I got it for 1,100. Come on.
Man, she's like the FBI, man. You know, she just be strolling by your work, man. She be knowing.
I know she pulled up on me like damn. You know she could have
See,
shot
told
me.
you, man.
She caught me slipping though.
Yeah. That's why she'll know, man. I'll be come home with something. She'll be like, that looks too big. It's got an app. Oh, that was expensive. What do you think you're doing? I'll be like,
Oh man.
I get away with a lot of it because we buy a lot of stuff on from Best Buy for work, so I get like Best Buy points. So like if it can be bought in Best Buy, I'm always like, oh, I got some I get some like rewards all the time, so I'm able to buy some of my gadgets that way, my personal ones, you know. But she's like, you can't buy that shit at Best Buy.
Yeah, you know Best Buy been having some good deals.
Yeah, they have
lately,
some good deals.
Because I took my dad to Best Buy. We bought a laptop. Got my i5 processor. I mean, he don't need much. You know, my dad he's barely learning computers.
Yeah.
And a printer and a little wireless mouse for like under $400.
Yeah, it's not bad, man.
You know?
These computers are going crazy.
Yeah, so you can get a decent laptop or whatever for a good price under 300 or under 4 or whatever.
Brian. Right. Sorry. I had to clear my throat.
I'm not trying to game, you know. It's not a gaming laptop, you know. A fucking 2,500 computer with like 30 gigs of RAM.
Right.
Yeah. So no, I paid like 700 and something for my laptop.
I just bought a little Surface Book, man. That thing was like literally just $600, and they had like a little one called the Go for like $300. It's like a tablet / computer / everything. I was like, man, this is not a bad little deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a tablet though.
You know what? I enjoy the Surface, but like for a tablet wise, yeah, you can get a ton of them. You know, especially if you're just like in the Amazon or whatever world. You know.
Yeah.
Those things are like a dime a dozen. Even the Amazon Fire ones are cheap. I have one of those by my bed that like if I can't go to sleep, I'll put my audiobook on that, or if I want to watch a TV or something, you know. And that thing's like $75, B.
Oh, that's it?
They're like cheaper than hell, the Amazon ones.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like a really low model, you know, but I don't really need all I need is like Netflix, YouTube, and
is that
whatever.
The Kindle one? It's not the Kindle.
No, it's just like it's called the Amazon Fire. That's it, I think.
Oh, okay.
And it's like I bought it. It was like an old model. Like I bought it old. Like it was like, so it was like that's maybe why it was so cheap. But those things, they're always pretty good. You know, they make so much money. They want you in their universe. You know.
True. Yeah, Amazon's a big thing, man. But
Oh, it's a beast.
Yeah, you say you've been watching stuff on there. What you been watching, man?
Amazon, not too much. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. A show by the name of Patreon came back. That's a funky show, man. I don't even know how to describe it. It's about like a folk singer / spy. I don't know. It's just one of the weirdest, most interesting, funny, serious, weird shows I've ever seen. So I love that show. But they came back, so I'm watching that. The Ranch on Netflix is coming back out with like their 6th season. That's the one with Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
So I caught up on that one because I was like a season back. So I watched that. That one's really good. I guess his co-star in that, I think maybe you've got...
Isn't Kelso in there from 70 Show too? What's his
yeah,
name?
but he got in... is that Ashton Kutcher?
No, the other guy, Kelso.
The curly hair, right?
Yeah, that guy. He's
Yeah,
not on the
but
show no more?
No, I think he got in trouble. I think like he had some allegations got called on him.
The Me Too movement got him?
The Me Too got him. Hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but I think they kind of got rid of him in the last season. Damn it, I just got done with the season. I can't even remember. I think something happened with him, and I think Dax Shepard comes on now and he helps out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the guy that... Because Ashton Kutcher... Yeah, because Ashton Kutcher got him started on Punk, you know?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I think he comes in somehow. I don't know how yet, but I've heard that because that guy got kind of in trouble, supposedly.
Oh, okay.
But so I caught up on that, and then also what's so funny, we were talking about El Chapo. So we were sitting outside, we were barbecuing and stuff like that, and we're just sitting outside. We had the bonfire, whatnot. You know, I got the projector, so we're just sitting there, you know, and we have like a language barrier, you know, because he speaks Spanish, he knows a little bit of English. I can barely speak a little bit of Spanish, you know, so it's just enough for us to not understand each other.
Yeah.
So I put on like fails, like the YouTube fails, and just left it on. Then we put on like People Are Awesome, where people are doing crazy stuff, because we're just sitting there drinking some beers and watching, you know, it's just something up on the TV, you know. Mm-hmm. And then we ended up putting on Narcos. So it was fun because I told him, I'm like, oh, Narcos came out and it's about Mexico this time, because I guess last time was about like Colombia or something. So this one was about like Mexico. So we were like, we put it on and we started watching it. So then so the whole time that he was here, we like watched like 4 episodes, maybe like 5 episodes altogether. But what was funny, dude, it's in Spanish, so they have subtitles. And then they switch back to English when they like maybe like the undercover cop is like talking to his police guy. So we're like literally switching back and forth subtitles, like back, so we both can understand it exactly. So, but it was funny, man. So I was basically watching El Chapo with El Chapo. Because it's funny because the guy, because he knows about these people. They're like not like they're rock stars, but they're like. Yeah. They know these people by name, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's this guy," and he's like talking about him. He's like, "Yeah, he was big over here," and blah blah blah. Because you know,
because it's all over the news over there, probably, huh?
Yeah, it's on the news, and then people probably talk about who's the kingpin in that city, and so like he was sitting there, and it starts showing El Chapo, and El Chapo was he was a chauffeur for one of the drug dealers. Oh. And the guy that we were watching the show with, the guy that was the head drug dealer at the time, killed El Chapo's boss and was about to kill El Chapo. Uh-huh. And then like the guy, my cousin Marco, he was like, that's El Chapo. And the guy that's on the ground, I'm like, what do you mean? They haven't even like talked about him. And then he says his name, like he says his real name. He knows it's El Chapo because of the real name. Once the guy says it, I don't know who it is. But then they say, "Well, what do they call you?" And he's like El Chapo, and I'm like, "Oh shit," So he keeps him and he makes him a chauffeur, and he becomes his right hand man.
Oh shit!
But I guess what happened was then the show that I'm watching, I believe they brought all the kingpins together, like all the different cities, and I guess supposedly the FBI I think the FBI will finally catch them all. Uh-huh. And then when they wipe them all out, El Chapo is the only person left. So he's learned and listened to all these people the way they ran it. And then he becomes in charge. He kind of takes over when everybody just gets wiped out, So he's like, fuck it, I'll step up. And then he ends up running this shit forever,
Becoming a fucking super duper kingpin and shit.
Yeah, that guy's fucking crazy, man. So that's what I was doing, man. So that's what I was watching. So I was watching El Chapo with El Chapo.
So he was like pointing out, "Hey, that shit didn't happen to me. That's all fake."
Yeah, he's like, "That's not real."
That's funny.
Better watch out, man. The FBI might become knocking on my door.
Okay. So I looked up the Fire Amazon Fire HD right now. Dog, they got some. I didn't realize it. They have a deal right now. They're like $149 each, right? Mm-hmm. For a 10-inch one. Or
you can get like a 6-pack. Did you see those yet?
You can buy 3. You buy 3 of them, and the total will come out to like $351 for 3 tablets. I'm like, damn, that's a bomb ass deal.
Yes, dude, that's a good Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking about it when
Yeah, because I bought those. The only thing, like, depending on the kid, really, really depends on the kid. Yeah. If you're thinking about buying them for a kid. Uh-huh. The only real thing about that is, like we bought them my mom bought them for our nephews, but our nephews are, like, they're like, oh, well, it needs to be the Apple. It needs to be the Apple because
They're too
everybody,
old.
yeah, and that's the problem is the Apple has the stigma of they have all the apps, all the best games, so the kids want that one, but it's like, fuck it, like they played with it for a long time, but after a while they were just like they would end up playing with their parents' iPads.
No, I got you.
But dude, those deals are crazy, man. I've seen those too. Like there's like a 4-pack, 6-pack, or something like that. But yeah, that's insane. I like mine. I'd go in some money on that. One of those with you, because I need one too. I was even thinking about buying one recently.
Yeah, because I watch a lot of videos on my phone too.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I have my laptop and then I have my TV. I'm just like, it's funny how we come to an age where we have a TV, but we spend more time on our computer or our phones.
Yeah. See, me, I do it when like I don't want to have this big old blaring TV on and like Laura's sleeping. So, but I'll do that.
Okay, I got you.
But I know what you mean though. Yeah, like we'll be watching TV, and next thing you know, both of us will be on our phone for a second and stuff. Like I'm like, God damn it, what the fuck am I doing? But then I'm like, then I realize, but I'm also standing in front of a fucking TV watching.
Yeah.
So what do I care?
That's true. Yeah, this is actually not bad, man.
Yeah, I enjoy it, man. I don't know if you have Amazon Prime, but
no, I don't. I don't have Prime.
But it doesn't stop you from getting it or anything. But I like it. I've had no problem.
Is it Android based or no?
Yeah, it's Android based, but it's running. It's running Android. It's Android at the bottom, but
yeah.
Amazon has its own OS on top of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably sideload. Yeah, you could sideload anything on that. I've sideloaded, not Kodi, but you could put Kodi on that easily.
Yeah, that's what I was doing before we started the podcast. I was putting Kodi on a Fire Stick.
Oh yeah. But how are you liking Kodi now? Are you still?
Well, I did a new build and it was not working.
I tried to do that thing that you said that one you sent one over about like better than Terrarium or something.
Yeah, I see. I installed Kodi on this one, and I also did that site that one is just like Terrarium. I'm just going to tell the person just use that one. It's called Cyberflix. It's real simple. I'll send you the video of the guy that I got it.
So is it? Do I have to install? Because I don't know anything about Kodi.
Okay. No, Kodi, that's fine. I know a lot about Kodi, but this thing is better because if you only want to watch TVs and movies, this is just an app that goes on the Fire Stick. It's like you're not have to go into Kodi's program and then search. It's just you open the app, you search, and it'll show you whatever movie or TV show you're looking for. It's much easier and better than going inside Kodi.
Yeah, because my dad wants sports, and he's been trying to get me to do sports and try to figure out Kodi, but I don't know Kodi, and I keep on telling him it's just going to get harder and harder and harder for sports.
Yeah, Kodi with sports is kind of horrible. The only reason I keep Kodi is because when the fights come out, like the UFC or the boxing, there's chances sometimes you do find great links, so you don't have to pay fucking that money for the fight. You can watch it at home. Like the last was the UFC fight? Or the boxing match. Oh no, I think a UFC was link, just, and it was like HD quality, and I was all happy.
Nice.
Yeah, and it didn't really, wasn't a lot of buffering either. So.
Yeah, I know you sent me one down, and I did it, and it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
I'll send you the video, and it's this guy I follow on YouTube who. When a new build comes out or something, like he's a real cool guy. It's called like Electrical MD or some shit like that's his name.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you a link on that one. But yeah, the Kodi's kind of like that's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just too many issues.
Oh yeah, it's insane. And then plus it's just like update.
Yeah, too many damn issues. So. It's whatever, man, though. But yeah, man, I wanted to get into this beef. This is not really beef. This is rap battle. Between Joyner Lucas and Tory Lanez. Joyner Lucas, like you said, I know you heard him from that "I'm Not Racist" song. But
yeah.
But there's another one called something. Here's another song that's a real dope story, and it's based on a true story. Cappuccino or Cappuccino.
Yeah, I've seen that one too.
But he he had an album out. Plus, I mean, he did a song with Eminem was kind of big a little bit. But Joyner Lucas can spit. Like, he's real good. Like, he's real good.
The thing I like about him too, he's kind of reminds me of not lyrically wise in any possible way, but Childish Gambino because he also uses the video a lot too.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, to complement it, but he can write. Yeah, you're right on that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he's dope. So Tory Lanez he's more of an R&B guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like a Drake, you can say, rap / but he does more singing, rap / R&B.
Okay.
Like I said, he was on Instagram Live one day, and he was just responding to people commented on the video, and then somebody mentioned Joyner Lucas' name, and he was like, "I like Joyner" or something like that, but he can't fuck with me or something like that. So Joyner heard, and he hit him up, and he was like, "Okay, we can go anytime." So I mean, they respect each other, and so they went. Joyner went first, and just goddamn, man.
See, I think that's cool though, man. I think that's I hope this spawns a new little thing about people doing this but they respect each other. But then again, I'm scared that can lead into beef. But there's nothing like a good battle rap.
Yeah. It's part of rap. It's a sport.
That's the fundamentals of it.
Yeah, it's battle rap. I mean, you don't have to take it personal. It's like I'm saying these things like I'm better than you. I'm gonna rap better than you. My bars gonna come out better than you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you can match them. And pretty much that's what it was. And Tory Lanez, who people consider more of a R&B cat, but he was on Flex
Freshman
Flex Hot 97 show freestyling. He surprised the hell out of me. I was like, God damn, I didn't know he had it like that.
But did he do the 5 fingers or did he just spit?
No, this was on Flex's show.
Oh, sorry, yeah,
Sway.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So, but Sway always not Sway, but Flex always does a freestyle thing with people all the time too. Especially like my favorite one was Black Thought from the Roots.
Yeah,
Man, you talking about most underrated MC in the history of rap because a lot of people do not mention him. He's just ruthless.
I didn't until you told me about him like being such like a rapper. I didn't realize how great he was. I would listen to that album. I would listen to that damn freestyle. Mm-hmm. I have never that's like 10 minutes just straight, if not longer, of just fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
a lot of fire, and that's I don't know if that's honestly some of it could have been written, but it looked like he just. Like it was like walking a park for him to do that.
Yeah, you've seen him stumble enough where I'm like, okay, this could be all. Even if it's not, like even to recall some of these things to go, I don't know. I know how talented he is, so I don't take it away that he might not have been able to do that. Like just freestyle like that.
But that was, and what's funny? He does have a new mixtape out, like kind of like a mixtape.
He already came out with something new.
Remember he had one out like I don't know, a little bit right when that freestyle came out. I think like a month later or something, he came out with like a 5-song EP.
Yeah,
or something like that. Well, he came out with the second one of that this recently. I haven't listened to it yet. I've been wanting to, big time because I'm a big fan of him since way back in the day. But yeah, man, that fucking shit is dope. But yeah, like you're saying. There should be more like rap battles, this in fun of the spirit of rap.
The game, yeah. And then how many times did they go back and forth? Because I'll have to listen to
them. They both did 2 songs each. They both responded to each other. So Joyner went first, then it was Tory, then Joyner went, and then it was Tory. You know what? Joyner won the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And second round, I'm gonna say it was a tie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it was a tie.
And all that does is just get people. I mean, even if you're like a low guy on a totem pole, like you're even like 2 big cats, like you just start bringing more viewers to you, that might not even have known you. They put out this thing, and I bet people that never even heard these people are listening to them.
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, big time, man. But Joyner Lucas has gotten super big since. Messing with Eminem, but then he had a little beef with Logic.
I think I remember a little bit about somebody's beef.
Over a song when he did with Tech Nine. They were supposed to all collab together, and I guess this Joyner said Logic did some shit with. He didn't come with the regular, like they're all gonna do that fast flow. You know how they all
Okay,
they do?
yeah.
And Logic didn't really come with it. Like, he didn't really. I don't know. Plus, he thinks the whole suicide thing that Logic was doing. Joyner had that first. He had a song. Not a song, but
that's right.
Or something before that first. So he thought he kind of was taking his shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ooh.
so he had a little beef there with Logic a little bit, but they never like went at each other, lyrically. But yeah, they just had words. Like in an interview, Joyner was kind of upset about it.
Where's Tech Nine? Like what city is he from?
KC, man. KC legend, Kansas City, man.
Yeah, I've always liked Tech Nine, man.
Yeah. Underground, independent for since like the mid '90s when he first came out or something.
Yeah.
This fool's been around forever.
I used to love it. Like I used to get underground tapes of his and CDs of his. Actually, CDs of his.
Yeah.
That I just loved his flow. It was so insane.
Yeah. But what's up with Mr. Titanic?
Yeah. He finally JID came out with his thing. So oh my God, his track. Couple songs got leaked, of course. Or he put this funny trailer out. I guess I didn't see it. Did you see it? I thought that was so cool, man. He did all like Leonardo DiCaprio's movies, like little parodies of them or whatnot. But I thought that was really cool. I didn't know people even were putting previews to tracks out like that, or like little trailers out like that. But that was funny.
Hell yeah.
But he's got a couple people on there. He's from
Atlanta, right?
Yeah, he's from Atlanta. He actually had a scholarship to go to college.
Oh, okay.
On football.
Oh, wow.
But that didn't really exactly pan out. He had an injury before, and a lot of the big guys stopped looking at him and dropped their scholarship to him because he had an injury. But then he still got on from it, just think other schools just thinking that he was going to be better. But yeah. But anyways, he went to college. He went to college with Earth Gang, and then Earth Gang was always trying to get. They used to spit and whatever, but he was always into football.
Yeah.
Earth Gang tried to get him to go, like, hey, pursue this rap, and it never really, he never really did anything in high school or in college.
Yeah.
He got dropped from college. They kicked him out for something. He doesn't really ever really go into it. But what was cool was Six Black, or I shouldn't say Six Black.
Black, yes.
Black and Earth Gang, they were all in Spillage Village, OG, Mesa, and all those guys are like from the same type of family.
Yeah.
So they got started, but he's got six, and then from there, Earth Gang goes and gets signed, and then Earth Gang brings him along, and then he comes up. But I digress I go away from his album. He's got Black on there. He's got the Chicago Kid, or BJ the Chicago Kid.
Yeah, love him. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's bad, man. And then he's got on one track, he's got Method Man and Joey Badass, which I thought that was kind of.
And I was going to listen to it yesterday, but I didn't click on the link. I was like, oh, shit, that's probably fire.
Yeah, and it is fire. But I think Joey Badass just sat on it for some reason. I was ready for him to come. I was ready for him to come with it, but I don't know if he didn't. I don't know. It just didn't seem like he was all right, but he didn't like everybody else was like. Method Man was bad, man. I forget how good Method Man could just go on any type of beat and just compliment it, Yeah. But I liked the whole album. It was great. There's a couple tracks on there that I wasn't feeling too good, but I listened to a breakdown of it, and there was I think a producer by the name of Freeze or something like that. That was. I liked the song that he did was really bad. He did it really good. Bad meaning good. That I was kind of like, man, I want to follow this guy and see what else he's done. But he had some really good producers on there. Of course, J. Cole comes out and he produces one of the tracks. I forget which one he did though. But that whole album, man, I liked it. There's There's something about the way that he sets up his words and does his thing that he can make a beat that's like not even that great, like he can complement the beat, in this weird way that he sets up stuff. And I don't know, man, it's insane. I listened to a story about like before he was famous, and he just kind of jumped into the game and wasn't, like I said, he was more into football, and then
he's a small guy. He plays
yeah.
football.
Yeah, that's what they said. That is right. Now that I think about it, he is pretty small.
Yeah.
But he likes to write. I just heard that he wants to do movies. He wants to like even start writing movies and stuff like that. So I don't know. The album's good, man. Listen to it. I'm excited to hear what you got to say about it next week.
I'll definitely check it out. It's funny. I could see him doing like a guest starring on Atlanta.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people are talking about him now. Finally, man, I've been pushing this guy, waiting for him, and he's finally getting his way. And that's what a lot of his songs are about. Like he's been pushing, and nobody's ever been, on his back. So finally now, he's getting some recognition. Finally.
Yeah, you got me on him.
Yeah.
And I heard him, I was like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, he does that. Some of these songs remind me of Lil Wayne. Yeah. But I think it's just their style sometimes. Mm-hmm. It reminds me of a lot of his stuff. Just I think it might be his flow. Voice. Yeah,
his voice with this flow. Yeah. I get the Lil Wayne kind of in him.
But I like it. Like he does these ones that he just like in the middle of the track, the beat changes and then his whole cadence changes. And he does that a lot. And then all these songs, like you listen to them all and it doesn't sound like they all came from like the same person, which I like. It's not all about the same stuff.
No, I got you. No, I definitely got to bump that.
Yeah, I've been waiting for him. And then now he's coming out with somebody who's No ID.
Oh, fuck that.
What do you mean, fuck that?
No ID? No. No ID is famous No ID who taught Kanye how to produce. Was producing Common's first albums like in the early 90s, mid 90s. He did Jay-Z's whole last album.
Okay, No ID's going to do JID's next album.
Wow. That's going to be No ID. Oh.
He's already working on it. Yeah, he's already on it.
That shit's going to be super dope because No ID is like a
legend, right? Yeah, that's what he said.
Producer legend, like he's from Chicago. He taught Kanye pretty much everything.
Okay.
And he's an older cat, and
type this shit up right now.
What song did he do? He's produced some hits. Yeah, No IDs, man. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Jay-Z's whole album, man.
Okay.
Album. But yeah, No IDs. He worked with Common a lot, and in Common's earlier years, produced like most of all his albums and shit.
Oh shit! I didn't.
Yeah,
it's just No ID.
Yeah, it's N-O.
I see it right now. Okay, I know this guy.
Yeah, he's been around fucking since the early 90s, man. Producing.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been around for a long, long time. But I like his beats. I mean, that's you hear the sound like back then. You can tell where Kanye got his influence at when he learned from him.
Okay.
They had that similar kind of sound, but now Kanye's in a whole different place. He's in a whole different place now. I don't know what's up with that guy, but I don't care too much about his. I don't care what he does outside of music, whatever his stupid shit he says. Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't care. That has nothing to do with me.
I can separate that from.
Yeah, I can separate it from the music, but the music, it is not there anymore for me. I don't know. Did you ever listen to the Twisted Dark Fantasy or what the hell it's called?
Twisted is that Kanye's?
Kanye's. It was his
first.
No, it was his first album after it was after Graduation.
I never really.
You never really got into Kanye like that.
Yeah, Kanye was kind of like Drake with me. He kind of came out with too much. People thinking too much. I don't know. That's the way I am. Kind of. I'm always going against the grain. A lot of times, so like if somebody's like too fire, I'm like
Damn
and I just
rebel you.
Yeah, I know. But I probably need to go back and listen to some of his originals because I heard they're great. So I need to go back because I know he was a hip hop head. I know he's a backpacker. I know
his first 3 albums were. I liked them all.
Mm-hmm.
He was just he was original. I mean, he produced his own shit. All his guest appearances were dope. Who he brought on, from Wayne to Mos Def to Talib Kweli to Common to even what's his name, Adam Levine was guest starred on that one. Like
Nice.
he was music was great, but then like I said, like everybody thinks when his mom passed away, he lost something. She's the one that kind of kept him in line and stuff like that. So I'm thinking that she passed, he kind of just went a whole different route. Then he met Kim's ass,
and then he ain't never been the same.
Ain't never been the same. Damn Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. But I do have a pick.
What you got?
Amazon. We talked about Amazon. I ordered a couple things the past couple weeks for my dad on Amazon, which Amazon, their shipping is so super quick. Even if you don't have Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah.
You still get it super quick. I ordered him a meat grinder.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that shit came in like 2 days, and I didn't even have Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I ordered something else for him. What day did I order it? I forget what day it was. I think it was Saturday. It should be there tomorrow. But no, I mean I love Amazon. I mean Amazon, like I've always had good things with Amazon. They always ship quick. They have very good prices to me. You can find anything and everything you want on that damn thing, I swear.
Hell yeah.
Anything and everything you can find on there. Even car parts,
Yeah. I got it set up where on my account they know it, or actually I don't know if they know the new one, but I had it all set up for all my cars. And they asked, it's like there's a section called My Garage, and you put your cars in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's dope too. Speaking of that, have you been off-roading with the truck yet?
No, I have not gone off-roading with the truck yet.
How you liking that thing?
Oh, man, I love it, man. I love it. I miss it, man. I miss having a truck. I love it. And, yeah, I can't say. I just love being high in the truck. I love feeling the power again. Yeah. The power of the gray skull. Oh, yeah, man. Laura calls it Trump.
Because you have a truck?
Just because it's like Republican, like a truck. You have a truck. But I'm like, we need it,
It's not that. It's a man thing.
Yeah.
A man in their truck?
Yeah.
Come on now. Every man needs a truck.
Hell yeah.
I kind of miss my truck. I don't miss the gas, but I But I kind of do miss my truck sometimes, being all high like you said and the power. But I don't know. I'll get it back one day and try to fix it up and make it look good again one day.
Hell yeah.
Here and there. Do got a lot of miles on that bad boy though, like 240-something thousand miles. And when I picked it up from the dealership, it was 7.
Damn.
7 miles when I first bought that bad boy. 240-something thousand miles on that shit.
God damn.
Yeah. Craziness, man. But that's gonna be it, man, for episode 25. We'll do it live.
Hell yeah, quarter.
Do a quarter. But everybody, enjoy your day. And I wanna say a little something before we get off here. I want to put a little prayers out there for one of my coworkers who's battling cancer.
Oh shit!
Doesn't have too much longer to go. Mr. Bobby Wallace. Just today was his 40th year at the company, and he tried to he beat cancer twice.
Holy crap!
He was gone for work for a little bit. Kind of beat it, kind of went away, came back again, kind of beat it, came back. This time it just kind of fully spreaded. So it's not his days are numbered. But knowing Bobby, he's a fighter, and he's still not accepting what's going on with him. He's as people that know him. They say he's still stubborn. he still doesn't. You tell him, you can't do that. You need to rest. He'll get all pissed off. But that's Bobby for you. He's a fighter. But I just want to say a little prayer out there for Mr. Bobby Wallace. I hope again you can be the third one. I don't care if it's spread everywhere. Maybe God can do.
Hey, you never know, man.
You never know. So I hope he gets well, man. That's. He's a cool cat, man.
Yeah. Prayers go out to Bobby.
Yeah, praise out to Mr. Bobby. But that'll be it. And we'll see you guys next time on episode 26.
Yep. Thanks for listening.
Peace out. Subscribe to B.M.B Podcast on iTunes to listen, comment, and review. And you can also listen on YouTube and Podbean.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at B.M.B Podcast 3, and also on our Facebook fan page where you can vote on polls and stay up to date on future podcast episodes.